countdown. We hope you come back and join us after that break. So we got Perseus here, our Terran player.
Hey, how's it going?
Looks like that was a pretty exciting game. Game 1, 2, 3. You guys had almost the very similar builds. If you want to just come a little closer here, so we can make sure and pick you up.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys had pretty much the same build almost every game, and it was just this very fine line of which one edged out the other. How did you feel from game 1, 2, and 3?
I was really surprised that he kept doing the roach pushes. But I mean, it's really good against what I do, and I'm surprised I held it the first game. But after that, I felt pretty confident about it, and I was glad that the games went the way they did.
That's good. What was the difference in game 2 for you?
Game 2, he's just a much better macro player than me. Once the game went long, I could not stop him. I mean, he was expanding all over the place, and I was trying to take out those expansions, but he just had so much stuff. So after that, I tried to keep the game shorter.
Did you feel like him not going as hard for mutas in game 2 was a help for you? Or do you feel comfortable dealing with the mutas? Obviously, you put up pretty static defenses with your mines, your turrets, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I find mutas pretty hard to deal with because if you move out and you don't have enough anti-air, then you just lose everything because the mutas are still there. So I'm glad he didn't go heavy mutas in game 2, but I still lost that anyway.
So after game 2, you lost that game to the largely Ling Ultra and Broodlords at the end.
Right.
What was your mindset going into game 3? You just going to say, okay, I know this build, I feel comfortable with this build, and I'm just going to do it again and make it work? Or did you have any doubts? Or
I wanted to do just an early attack. I had an army, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go attack now. It's not even like a timing attack I practiced. That was just 100% luck. I mean, we were so close together, he couldn't respond to it very well, so that just happened to work out.
Okay. Is this, obviously in watching your 3 games, your build is very similar. The only variation we really saw was the Reaper in game 3, was the big variation in your early gameplay. Is this a build that you use all the time versus Zerg, or are you a bio player also, depending on the matchup?
I'm a very heavy harass style player. He shut that down pretty well, but normally I do a lot of Hellion drops all over the place. That didn't seem to work out though. In the last game, I decided just to go maybe a little heavier macro and not focus so much on the harass. I got the Reaper because he did roaches the first 2 games. I figured he was probably going to do a rush the 3rd game. I didn't expect roaches again, but I thought maybe it'd be Banelings or just really heavy mutas or something, and I wanted to know what it was going to be.
I wonder how you feel about the Heart of the Swarm Reaper now, since you did make one in game 3, and you only made one, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's just something to say, hey, you have to watch out for this, or do you use it more for a scouting mechanism? What do you think the place of the weakened Reaper is in Heart of the Swarm?
I think it's definitely a good scouting unit. I haven't really explored it too much myself. I've been focusing more on harass style plays. And Reapers, I feel like they die really quick if you harass with them. If there's anything like anything that does splash damage, they'll all just die instantly. So I like to try to stay away from those.
Cool. Well, just in general, do you consider Zerg one of your more comfortable matchups?
Yeah, TVZ is definitely my best matchup. So.
Well, that was the last Zerg in the competition, so now you've got either Terran or Protoss to go up against. How do you feel about those?
Not feeling good about the rest of the tournament.
Well, we'll certainly see how it works. Thank you for coming up and taking a few minutes with us.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you again. Great games there, and we're going to take a lunch break now, so we'll see you later.